great. Welcome to the next tutorial where we would be learning about and, or, and not. Alright. So I have actually told you a little about and, or, and not. But today I would be telling you something about the truth table. Alright. There is something which is known as the truth table. Let me just quickly create a Python file and I'll write down and, or, and not. Perfect. All right. And let me bring the pen to make you a little yes. Perfect. Now if I talk about and, what was the thing which you can recall? With and I gave you one example about that pizza and burger together. If I get both of them, then only I would be working, or else I won't be working, right? For that, let me make a table. Cool. Not really good at making stuff, but I'm trying my best. All right. So let's say, so we were talking about pizzas and burgers, right? All right. So let me take 4 conditions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Perfect. So let's say this is pizza. Or maybe I could help you with better thing. That is a text. That is, I'm pressing Windows and dot, which will give me this, and I can just search for, I guess, pizza. Yeah, perfect. I have it. Wow, I wasn't even sure that I would be getting this. All right, let me just put this here. So I have this pizza, and the next thing which I want is, let's say, let's search. Do we have, all right, let's take the burger. I have both of the ones which I wanted. So if I have both, right now we are only talking about and, okay? Only we are talking about and. So what will be my response or the outcome? All right, that's what we need to talk about. Pretty big. All right, cool. So this is our response or the output. All right, I guess my response spelling is highly mistaken. So please ignore that for the moment till I correct it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we have the pizza, we have the burger. Now what's the next thing? We need to make the truth table. So let's say I get a pizza and I get the burger. That means I'll be working. Right? I need both of them to work. Remember that. So similarly, what we can do over here, that is, instead of these tick marks, I can simply write down zeros and ones. You remember what was zeros and ones? 0 was false and 1 was true, right? Yeah, false. So if I write down that I am getting a pizza and I am getting a burger, so I'll be working for you. I'm getting a pizza, but I'm not getting a burger. That means I won't be working for you. Then again, if I don't get pizza and if I get burger, again, I won't be working for you. Last but not the least, I don't get pizza and I don't get burger, I'll definitely not work for you. So this only is true when you have both the things together. All right. So now let's actually take an example. This is actually known as a truth table, which I have shown it to you in front right now. All right. So I'll just keep this whole thing aside for the moment so that we will work on this again when we will be working about or. So let me quickly just clear this part. Uh-oh. All right, never mind. I can make that again. So now let's focus on this and thing. All right. So let's say I'll take a equal to 7. Okay. So if, carefully look at this, what I'm writing. If a is greater than equal to 5 and a is lesser than equal to 10, that means it should follow both of the conditions together. If it is the case, then what should you do? If this is the case, what should you do? Print a is between 5 and 10, which is actually the case. But let's write down the other conditions as well. That is elif, because we have already learned elif. So what will be the condition for elif? Let's say a is lesser than 5. So I can simply write down print a is lesser than 5. Cool. Last but not the least is else print. What do you need to print? You need to print a is greater than 10. All right. So the main focus was and over here. Okay. The main focus was and. So now if I run this, see, a is between 5 and 10. Let's take a -7. Have a look. And it will say it's lesser than 5. And if I take 17, then it will tell me that it's okay. So it's -17. Let me just remove minus. And it's greater than 10. All right. Silly mistakes happen sometimes while looking also. So yes, it was -17. That is the reason it was showing a is less than 5. But now it's 17. That's the reason it's greater than 10. Now let's talk about or. Okay. So I'm just quickly commenting this and cool. So again, making the truth table for or. I'll be making it for or. All right. So that you understand it better. So for or, what do you need is either of the one should be true. All right. That means here it is. Cool. Let me make the boxes. Yep. Perfect. All right. Lovely. Great. Amazing. Cool. So now let me just use annotate. Let's say you have a pen and a pencil, or the same example which I gave you. This is pen and this is pencil. All right. So all right, so we have pen and the pencil, and this is the output. What is the output? It's if you can write. So let's say for the pen, yes, I have the pen. Yes, I have the pencil. Definitely I can write. Let's say, yes, I have the pen, but no, I don't have the pencil. Still I can write because I have the pen, right? Next, if let's say I don't have the pen and I do have the pencil, still also I can write because I have pencil also, right? Last, if I do not have pen as well as I do not have pencil, it's no way I can write from fingers. So the output will be no. So that's what I said. You can say anything to or. It can be yes, no, true, false, 1, 0, on, off, anything. All right. So these all are basically the Boolean values. All right. So now let's quickly do a program on or as well. All right. So now last time what did we do? We just took one favorite cartoon, right? So let me just quickly go back to that. Yes, perfect. I'll just copy this to save a little bit of time, but you all should practice. Okay, cool. What I'll do, if favorite cartoon is equal to Doraemon, or either or. So you have two options now. All right. So let's say I'll write over here again, favorite cartoon is equal to Tom and Jerry. Cool. If I write Tom and Jerry. So if the person comes and write down either of them, I love this show too. Instead of them, I can write down I love Doraemon and Tom and Jerry. Show 2. So you need a double equal to. All right. Now if I click on the and click here, so it is asking for one of the cartoon, and let me just write down Ben 10. It was 1, 0. Good choice, but I like a different show. All right. And now let's actually test with Doraemon. Doraemon. I love Doraemon and Tom and Jerry too. So if you would have written Tom and Jerry, then also it would have worked. All right. So I'll write down Tom and Jerry. And now there is one catch over here which I want you to think a little bit about. That is, if I write Tom and Jerry, now everything in small letters, right? We will learn about this very soon when we will be learning about strings, but I want you to just think on this because I have discussed a little bit about this previously as well. So Tom and Jerry are in caps and these are in small letters, and these two things are different for the Python, exactly like the variables. If I write capital A equal to 5 and small a equal to 5, they both are different variables. Exactly the same things happen over here too. All right. So this was about or. Now, last but not the least, let's also talk about not. So if I talk about not, it's just the opposite. All right. It has only two values. Again, that is 0 or 1, or it is also known as binary. I'm sorry, it is also known as unary because it has only one thing to do with, only one condition, that is not. But the rest, if I talk about or and, it already always had two conditions. That is the reason they were known as binary operators. So you should remember that or and are known as binary operators, whereas not is known as unary operators. All right. So now let me actually show a little bit about not. So let's say A is equal to 5. All right. And now if not, remember this word is a keyword. Okay. So if not A is equal to 5, print inside if block. Else, oops, print inside block, inside else block. Okay. I'd highly recommend you to practice with me because it is much more easier to practice with me because I'm really going with a good pace. I'm not rushing. Okay. So what do you think would this do? Let's say I run this inside else block. Not A equal to 5. Not A. That means this should be, we know that A is equal to 5, right? But I'm saying not. That is the reason it's saying it's inside else block. If I would have just said something else like 15, now it should be inside if block. I hope you get this thing a little. So basically what is not? Not is just the opposite. Opposite of true, that is false. All right. And now let's try one more last thing over here. That is if I write down something like if not A, not A, what do you think would be the answer? Any idea? Let's run inside else block. You have the value over here. If this would have been 0 inside if block, that means this condition is exactly. If you would have said that this condition is false, then you would be wrong. This condition, not A, is actually true because 0 is itself a false value. Okay, cool. So now practice whatever we have done till now. And let's meet in the next session where we would be doing some questions or related to if else mostly. All right. So have a good day. Thank you.